I'm definitely gonna start the stream off with some practice. And I'm not really gonna focus too much on the early game, except for maybe 5-6. Pretty much know exactly what I need to do there. But I do want to spend quite a bit of time on the mid game, just in case, because 6 and 7, they're getting pretty technical. These stages have gotten a lot more technical in the past few months, so I want to just spend a bunch of my practicing time right there. I want to go, like, a bit further back in stage 5, like, here exactly is where it starts to get a bit tricky. Hey there, Visas, and welcome back to the stream, Rico. Nice to see you. Why did I not stand in front of the stairs then press up? This really isn't that hard, once you've done it enough times. There we go. Nice. Now let me do that one more time, and I should be perfectly okay with it. I never played Bubsy 3D. And I don't feel like going through the trouble to look for a ROM file in an emulator to play it on, because I've heard it was really just that bad. Yeah, that was kind of what I was actually afraid of, doing that. I've heard that too, by the way. So how are you supposed to do proper platforming without just getting dizzy in that case? Like, you'd have to wonder how that would even be playable at all. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to stage 6 now. Stage 5, I'm really not scared of. The only thing that can really go wrong on it is possibly just a bad drop at this point. I mean, execution-wise, I know exactly what I'm doing here. Hey there, physicist. Execution-wise, I know exactly what to do here. 6 is definitely, like, quite a bit trickier, so I want to just go back here and practice this some more. Yeah, that's a tricky part right there. Just fly under that. You also have to make sure you don't hit the knight either. I've been having pretty good luck with Frankenstein as of late. So yeah, at least there's that to fall back on. So I'm just going to go back here and practice from this part of the stage. I'm going to practice from here. Because I want to make sure I know how to do that consistently. Oh, I thought I was going to throw it high. Whoops. Okay then, I had no idea he was going to do that. I'm getting really good at this fight, by the way. Ever since I found the right spot to stand to begin the fight, it's just been getting that much more consistent. Like, if I don't get hit by any rocks for, like, the first rock fall, I'm pretty much almost guaranteed to get a kill on him without dying before I kill him. Which, that's a really good spot to be in, by the way. It's a really good situation to be in. How'd that hit me? Still got the kill with taking only 2 hits, but I had to really just try to not get hit for that 3rd time. Which, yeah, that's certainly not easy if you start getting really shitty patterns. That was good. So they didn't even last 7 years. Okay, this I didn't hear of. Okay, let me actually look it up real quick. You know, I'm not in the middle of a run, so why not? Top 10 animals in football. What? Are you sure that there's actually a game called that? Not finding any results that have to do with a video game. So I really don't know. Probably just gonna focus on the practice some more. That definitely did not work. That definitely held down for a bit too long. Like, you have to not move an inch downwards or you're gonna miss that clip. What kind of pattern was that? That was an absolutely terrible pattern. Oh my god. That one rock throw, though. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can come up with a really good backup strat in case I get hit right as the fight starts. Because I'd like to have something to fall back on that isn't too like costly in terms of time and just it works. That could be arranged. I would have to try it a few more times though. Castlevania II randos, I'm pretty sure those do exist. Try on YouTube. I'll probably try that a bit later. I'm just playing around with Frankenstein right now. And yes, there are Castlevania II randomizers, by the way. Those do exist. Animal Soccer World, it would work. I'm gonna open up a new tab and try that right now, just out of curiosity. Now there's actually results showing up. Okay, you're not talking about Bubsy? You're not talking about the Bubsy ripoff? You're talking about something else entirely? And this is a PS2 game? And there's a Dingo Pictures movie of the same title. I could definitely make some more reaction videos out of these Dingo Pictures movies. I'm not finding anything about the game that Bubsy's ripping off, so maybe I'm not searching hard enough, or maybe I just misunderstood. Castlevania 2 randomizers. I could consider that one of these days. I don't see why not. I mean, I wonder how many other people do it, or if I might be like one of the only ones who's doing it. Alright, so I'm gonna go switch gears and go to stage 7 to practice here. I can start practicing on 7 again. And I'm probably gonna spend most of my efforts just practicing this one clip here. Even though I've been getting much better at it, still. And I got it first try, so that's a really good sign. We'll do it a few more times, though. Too early. Did it again. Though I can't even recall the last time I actually flew up and transformed too late. But I always seem to do it too early, though. Did I get consistent with stage 9 hunchbacks? Yes, I'm actually pretty consistent with those too, by the way. But the way I do it, it requires me to take an extra hit, which just makes the birds in 9-4 that much scarier. And I did have something that could have worked out in an earlier run if I didn't die on stage 7 to Leviathan, and if I actually had all of Alucard's weapon upgrades, which after the death I only recovered one of those, so Instead of getting a gold split, I just broke even with the new Hunchback strategy. So I definitely had it set up properly, it's just I was missing the other whip upgrade from a death I took to Leviathan on 7. And yes, Leviathan, I know, that's really embarrassing. Like, he barely even moves around the screen at all, yet he managed to kill me. Because I got careless. How did I miss that one? How did that one miss? There we go. Not even sure how the other one missed is beyond me. Kind of surprised I got that one, though. And if you want me to see me try and do this 5 times in a row, I'm pretty sure I could do that after enough tries. I'll probably get like 5 in a row without too much of a hassle. I might already be at like 4 in a row. Maybe now 5. Yeah, that Hunchback visual cue is helping me with my success rate tremendously on this clip. And I'll take whatever I can get, because that's the hardest clip in the whole game by far. At least specifically for Alucard. Oh, you made some animation Extreme Wrecker? How goes it? Out of curiosity. Could maybe just take a peek at it before I start a run. I don't know if I might end up forgetting after I'm done with the stream, and once I start doing some runs, I'm probably just going to keep doing them until I'm done with the stream. Okay, so I don't think I'm supposed to do that. I think I'm supposed to not jump too early, or that's just going to happen. If I jump too early, I'm going to get that bat in front of my face and it'll hit me, which is obviously terrible. I don't even want to get hit at all, quite honestly. Because just simply getting hit cuts into my safety net drastically. Like, let's say if I get hit on that bat and then one of the birds in 7-5, I think my run's actually dead. Or at the very least, it wouldn't be like PB or world record pace, so yeah. It would be kind of dead if I got hit 2 extra times. Because you can only mess up so much now with how the stage has been rerouted to be optimized. Bat kills are still extremely consistent. They've been like this for pretty much almost the past month. And that just completely missed. Not sure how I made that big an oops, but hey. Do you want me to go and actually get that on the screen right now? If you're curious to see what the world record comparison would look like, I could at least go and put that up. I never officially said I was going for world record, but it would be nice to maybe possibly come close or even just get it before Resort Fest Winter Rush hits. Okay, so just give me some time and I'll just spend a bit of extra time to go get that up on screen. And maybe I'll just stop practicing earlier than usual. Because we're already 20 minutes in, haven't started a run yet. So let me actually go and look up JC's Alucard run, because I'm going to need to just quickly skip through to where he takes every split.
These fucking frogs suck right now. Jesus Christ, man!
I feel your pain.
Those are the shittiest frogs I've ever seen in my life. Okay. Congratulations.
So I need to just compare all his splits.
What? No. It shows...
And he splits differently from how I split. Like, he splits after, like, a stage is done completely. I split as soon as I pick up the orb in a stage. So, I'm gonna have to take that into account, so just pretty much write down all the splits he made.
Great, now everybody's gonna think I spliced the run right there. What illusion? Love you too.
Yeah, the world record column's outdated. It still has the times for the 25:59 run. So this old world record column's outdated now. It still says 25:59.7. That's obviously wrong.
Fuck you too, illusion. For hands in the whole world.
Yeah, I love this guy.
Nobody can beat Illusion's hand.
Not in the gay way, though. Just give me some time to go and make all the splits. And then I'll just get the world record comparison on screen. Stage 1's obviously not going to change too much. Actually, no, I'm going to just... Now I'm having trouble just clicking all across the screen. Okay, so JC's video. Okay, that looks much better. This I can easily work with.
Okay, still a good run.
And I know he loses time on stage 4 because of the frogs.
Probably
The only thing that could really make you lose time on stage 4
Okay,
as consistently as it does.
1, 2. Charge 800 for place to live. That's already more than I'm paying now. 2, 3.
I promise this won't take too much longer.
Then it'll be worth it. I have a heart. I got 1 heart left. Please, you bitch. Okay. I ran away. I had to run away or the last one because I was scared. He can be a bitch whenever he wants to.
Yeah, I wonder what this world record split on stage 6 is going to look like compared to what it used to look like when Chambers had a 25:59 for the world record.
That's okay. Bitch.
Because JC did a faster stage 6 that we didn't do when Chambers was running, and he got the 25:59.
Not a very good Frank fight, but
Yeah, that's a huge difference right there. From 1244 to 1240, actually, that's a huge difference right there.
a little lag, so it's all right, I guess. And plus, I got the faster boost. Hey, save time. Yeah, that's a 3-frame window.
And also a faster boost on stage 7 than what Chambers did in his 25:59 run, so that's going to save even more time.
Come on.
And just a faster start to this stage in general.
this is a time saver, not because of that extra hit at the start of the stage. Well, we'll see. Oh yeah, this is possible.
Holy shit, look at his stage 7 though. Let me just double check because I just want to double check when he finishes stage 7 because that's crazy. It jumped down from like 1737 to 1729.
So I don't know if this is a time saver, not because of that extra hit at the start of the stage. Well, we'll see.
I should have maybe actually done this off stream because this is probably going to take like at least a few more minutes, maybe. Alright, I promise it's almost done.
Welcome, thank you for the host. Welcome, Theogach's viewers. I'm actually on a hell of a pace right now.
And I know his last split is just a... Okay, it was a .45, not a .43. Wouldn't even make much of a difference if I left it as .43. Who is that voice? What's that voice? That's from JC. That's from JC's current world record Alucard run, which is a 25:52. In case you were wondering. Now I need to just add that to my layout real quick. So, edit layout. Splits. Add a comparison. Okay, so column number 3, I'll put something like JC. And then I'll just column type. I think I did delta or split time. And I'll pick world record, and there we go. And now we need to just save this layout. I'll save it as something else. So there's the world record comparison right here. Yeah, that took about like at least 5-6 minutes. Probably even more now that I think about it. There is honestly nothing I can even do about that if the birds just do that. There's like nothing I can do to save myself from it. I just have to hope I get lucky and call it, otherwise there's nothing I can do. How did that one not touch me is beyond me. And even then, there's this strat I could take if I just really, and I still just miss the birds completely. There's jump left that just increases the chances of you getting rid of both birds with one transform. And even then, it barely slows you down at all. Kind of like that. That barely slows you down at all. Still perfectly viable if you don't want to risk getting hit on those birds. Stage 8's not really going to change. This is still going to be like the same. Just hope we get lucky with this axe here. And in case you were asking earlier, you wondered if I was consistent with hunchbacks, I'll show you how good I've gotten at 9-1 non-stop. At least I hope I don't mess it up and just eat my words. I have my own way of doing it that makes the birds in 9-4 that much riskier, but this is also a perfectly valid way of doing it. And that actually worked perfectly. Minus taking the hit there, but it worked nonetheless. Missed that block, but other than that, that was still spot on. I'd still probably be gaining time after that. But I do want to also get the block at the end without having to just take another shot at it. Perfect execution right there. That was just perfect. But as I said, I would still take 2 hits in 9-2 the way I used to be doing it. That's not going to change, so it's going to make this room that much dicier. Because if the birds give me a bullshit pattern, I'm probably going to die to it. Or I could do something like that if I just want to guarantee I survive. But even then, depends on what the birds do, it still might not work. Even then, that could fail. And even then, it's still kind of a crapshoot as to what these birds are going to do. Am I going to try and go for the world record again? Maybe. If I do end up on world record pace, I am definitely going to try to actually finish a run with that world record pace. I do kind of want to go for it. Maybe, at least until I do my Resort Fest run. I mean, I still have to play this game, sort of, just to not completely de-rust before my marathon run I'm going to do start of February, so we'll see if we can maybe also get some world record paces whilst we're doing it. That plus I've been practicing world record strategies just in case I do really want to go for it again. Still haven't made like a concrete decision just yet. Now I'm trying to think, how many different possible moves can both these birds make? Which ones do I want, which ones do I want to avoid completely? And what can I do depending on which kind of case scenario I get from each of the birds? Like, what would be my best option for, like, every possible move they can do? Well, if they both start flying right into you and it's timed near perfectly, then that's very lucky. It just makes that really easy to not get hit. Many other times, however, you're not so lucky with that. I can't even recall the last time I missed this clip, by the way. Like, this clip's much easier than it looks once you've done it enough times. Like, it gets that much easier. Like, once you see the exact path you want Alucard to fly in, this just gets piss easy. In all honesty. Now remember when I had first discovered this clip and did a theoretical good stage A with that new clip in it? It took me 3 days after I made that video showing off the new bone boost to actually do it in the real-time run. Then again, most of that time was probably just spent trying to get up to here in a real-time run on some sort of decent-ish pace. Oops. that didn't actually really mess things up too badly, but I do want to redo Phase 2, because that felt a little choppy. That's not what I usually do on Phase 2, but I still managed to save it. Ooh, that was really close. Even sketchier looking Phase 3. So let me redo my Phase 3 real quick. No, my Phase 2. I think I'll do it one more time. Only took one game over when you played this. American or Japanese version, because I know Japanese is significantly easier. Trust me, it's probably not going to be that hard. Not after what I've tried to do. Akomajo Densetsu, got it. Not after what I tried to do. Okay, our Phase 2 is pretty much spot on. And I think we'll actually do a few runs now. I might spend about 45 minutes to an hour just seeing what happens. Or at the very least, I might try and see if we can get a Deathless run finished. Something that would be good for a marathon. Even if I could do that, I'll still be happy. So yeah, these are world record splits on the far right column of my live split. As you can see, JC fell behind on stage 4 because he had really shitty frogs. He also missed the clip in stage 8 and he still was able to get the world record because he was just that far ahead of me. Like, coming out of stage 9, he was a little over 6 seconds past me. And then he went to like 3 seconds past me. So he could have finished with an even faster time, and it would have been something pretty much completely out of my reach almost, had he hit that clip in the run that he got the 25.52. Would have instead been a 25.49. Easily would have been a 49. And that's something I really wouldn't be able to compete against. This 52, I could beat it unless JC comes back and pushes it down even further, then that's probably where I'm going to stop most likely, unless I find something crazy that just saves that much more time, which I doubt it's going to happen anytime soon. Like, once another world record happens, I think I'm just going to call it on Alucard %. Like, once we get, like, the next world record, there realistically won't be that much time to even save left. Unless real-time bolt cancel becomes a thing, or perhaps someone figures out how to manipulate drops at the start of stage A, and can just get that axe drop on the second bird every time. And no one really knows exactly how the drops work in Castlevania 3, so that's still pretty much an afterthought. I think maybe that's when the category will truly die. Once it gets to a point where people are trying to grind drops at the end of the stage, at the end of the game practically, to get a world record, that's when the category will truly be dead. Might die even before then. Man, it's certainly close to being dead at this point. Aside from the mistakes JC made, there realistically may be only like a couple seconds left to save. At least with what we know now about the game. Like I said, there's still a few things that we don't know about this that could actually contribute to the run. I think it's more likely that this category is going to live longer than I'm expecting it to than Dead Man becoming a thing. Like, I really don't think this category could live on for that much longer. the game itself, there are other categories people can play on, but this one's definitely not going to go down that much further in terms of like how fast it can be done. Trevor only Sunken City path, I may go back to that after I'm done with the Alucard category. I would definitely consider going back to that again, just to see if I can get a Deathless run, which really shouldn't be a problem. Honestly, the only reason it really hasn't happened yet is because I made too many dumb mistakes, and I really should know better. Okay, that was lucky. Nice. Good everything so far. Let's just hopefully it stays this way. Why do you lose frames when you jump? You lose about 4 frames when you jump. I didn't program this game. I didn't program it to be this way. This does not happen in Castlevania 1, by the way. You don't lose any frames on a jump. In Castlevania 2, it's almost like the opposite. You lose 2 frames when you land from a jump. In this one, you lose 4 frames before you even take the jump. Okay, I thought it was going to boost backwards for a second. Castlevania 1, jumping doesn't cost you any frames. But you definitely do lose a bit more time when you just get damage boosted around as opposed to Castlevania 3. I didn't program the games, by the way, just saying. Okay, I'll take that. Had to do one standing whip, but that's not the end of the world. And we have also cleared the drop, I'm assuming. So that should almost guarantee we're gonna make it back to the mid-game. Unless this just goes really wrong. Almost did, actually. I'm not trusting going the lower route, so I'm gonna go up here. Not trusting jumping down the swamp sooner, so I'll do that. But it is, like, slightly slower, but it's a lot easier. Not trusting myself now, so I'll just take the easy way out there. I want to get onto that platform sooner, because maybe that has something to do with whether or not you'll be able to do it properly. I mean, I like this pace, and I don't want to just lose it. Almost threw that a bit too early. I didn't even gain that much time over JC for stage 4, and he had it much worse than I had it. Like, he had it really bad with the frogs. Must have done amazing everywhere else in that stage, though. Just the frogs really held him back. Apparently, it was like 2 seconds he lost to them. So yeah, just imagine if he had got the right stage A ceiling clip and then good frogs on top of that. That would have just outright killed the category if he got that stuff in his run, too. Okay, good. I don't want to get stuck on some stupid drop and lose time for it. Even though that won't matter that much in the marathon, I'd still just rather not see it. This is the run. I've had paces even better than this. And we're not even a third of the way through, so still have a long ways to go. And I think I could have actually jumped a bit earlier there and it would have worked. We'll have to just get further into the game before we can start actually getting excited. Gotta get past a bunch of the choke points, which we haven't yet. If stage 7 goes perfectly and so does 6 and also the rest of 5, then we can start actually building up hype. Oops! The fuck happened there? What the fuck was that? That was an oops. Shouldn't change much, but still feels really awkward to go and do that. Can't even recall ever doing that before, but it didn't even seem to make like any sort of difference at all. Probably didn't make any difference, but still felt really silly doing that. Got an alright stage 4, and if perhaps we do stage A properly and everything else before that, then it could maybe still happen. But the problem is doing everything else before stage A. In between the end of this stage and stage A, that's definitely the worst of it. The worst of it's definitely got to be on stage 7. No word of a lie, I'm only too sure the worst of it's on 7. And that somehow just happened. After all that practice. Apparently that practice was for absolutely nothing. Apparently that practice was just for nothing. Shit. I'm gonna lose time now. On this stage. To something I usually never lose time to, but I'm gonna keep going for sure. I'm not losing hope on this yet. We're not gonna lose hope. Only significant misplay I made all run. So I'm still gonna try and keep this going. Another critical misplay, and I think we're actually gonna be screwed though. So try to not do that. Nice. Let's just try and spring back from that. Okay, nice guy. He was pretty nice. Still gonna lose time because I took a back boost, where I usually don't take a back boost. Welcome back, Guilherme. My run, it could have been better. Took a back boost on 5-6. Could have been better, but this is still potentially world record pace because JC lost about 3 seconds on stage A. And now we're actually getting into the really difficult stuff. Now it actually starts to get very hard, this game, to speedrun. Because there's hardly any RNG that's significant in the mid-game, but it's mostly execution that you can just mess up on. Oh boy. I'm gonna try Japanese strats. I think I missed the heart. Oh boy. Might have missed something important. Potentially world record pace. I've worked on this stage 6, so it could still be world record pace, for all we know. I have been working on this. I've been working on that Frankie fight. Must have spent at least 2-3 hours on that fight alone over the past week. Still world record pace, potentially. Still could be it. Frankie has to behave, or we're screwed. Not gonna risk it. I'll just take a small time loss to guarantee I survive. Could have been better. Could have been better. I started to get really nervous. Also didn't help, I didn't stand on the right pixel. Didn't stand on the right pixel to begin that stage, so that didn't help matters much either. I wasn't on the right spot to begin the fight, so that didn't help me at all. Oof. Nearly messed that one up too. Now this I have to get, or the world record pace is just gone if I don't get this. Got it. Yeah, the main event indeed, physicist. This is the main event. Main event indeed. And I have to hope I don't run short on hearts either. That's another thing that can mess me up on this stage, potentially. Not too stressed out about the bat, but you never really do know, because it is not an easy fight by any means with Alucard. It is not an easy fight. It's not easy to do that nearly perfectly. Yup. It's potential world record pace here, coming up to the bat. Coming up to another major choke point, so let's just see if it stays world record pace or not. Okay! I don't know how to feel about this. And yes, I did practice stage 9 hunchbacks, by the way. I don't know exactly how to feel about this. I'll grab this just to be sure I don't run short on hearts. I do have mixed feelings about this run right now. There's these fucking birds here. And if this one hits me too, we're actually in deep trouble. Oh my god, he's... That was scary. I'm usually not forced to fly that high up on the screen to dodge birds, but hey. Probably didn't lose that much time for doing that. As long as I don't get hit again, we're still on a potential world record pace. I'm good for hearts for this stage. I'm perfectly fine for heart count on here. I can actually switch back to Trevor here and be perfectly fine. Just gotta remember how to do this with Trevor. Shouldn't be hard. I've already done this enough times, I really should remember. And I go up the left side, once I go up here and not the right. Oh boy. That was certainly sketchy looking. I'm gonna go up the stairs. Gotta get past these guys. If I get hit, I'm in deep trouble. If I don't, this could still potentially work. 13 hearts is enough. I don't need any more than this. And now we go up. And up we go. The pace, though, we got on our first attempt of the day. Wasn't expecting anything like this whatsoever. Cyclops, behave. Please behave, Cyclops, please. Okay, good. And Cyclops succeeded us, so that's good to know. Now I just gotta not completely whiff it on Leviathan and we should be okay. I would like to hit faster, by the way. I'd like to be able to attack faster. And 2.5 cycle Leviathan. I'm definitely gonna take that. Not gonna lose time for him now. Gold split. There we go. Gold split. With all the new strats, and they pretty much all worked. Gold split. I definitely deserve that one. I definitely deserve that. Now the other main event. Oh right, the Fool's Gold split? It's not, definitely not that. That's a real gold for sure. But we really need a low axe now, or we can't world record. Oh my god, it could actually happen. And we get a low axe. Oh my god, it could happen. This could potentially happen for all we know. But would I want to risk it on the Hunchbacks? I don't know at this point. I have to get there first to even think about that. Wow, holy crap. Don't care. That'll do. That's okay. I'm fine with that. I do want to go for it, but I'm just scared of those birds. Hard to say what I should do here. I think I'll just play it safe. I'm too nervous about this, so I'm gonna play it safe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did, by the way. Hold on, let me focus. I'm gonna play that safe, whatever. Like, I am not gonna trust those birds on a world record pace run. I do not trust those birds to let me get a world record. I just don't. Still could be. Or I could tie, for all we know. Could either get the world record or maybe tie for it. It's gonna be close. Either way. Yeah, except for non-stop 9-1. If you don't do that, then it's super easy. And there's almost no risk attached to the birds if you don't do non-stop 9-1 the way I do it. But still, you never know. You never really do know until it's over. You just never know. It isn't casually, though, of course. Unless you know all the game breakers, it's probably the hardest stage in the game. Yeah, thanks, by the way. I do need that rest. Yup, need to wait here, alright. Nothing I can do about it. Let's just see what the birds are going to do here out of curiosity. I do want them to be nice, just so I can give myself the best shot possible of getting WR here. And I didn't need to play it safe. I didn't need to play it safe. Okay, that almost just failed completely. That nearly actually hit me. Okay, I didn't need to just play 9-1 safe. Oh well. I can gain maybe upwards 2 seconds on the last stage. Let's just see. It's gonna be close. It could be easily very close. Oh my fucking god! What the fuck was that? Oh my fucking god, what the fuck was that? I could have avoided that easily if I would have known the watch was going to appear ahead of time. And then they put a watch right in front of my path. That actually messes me up really badly. Oh my fucking god, what was that? PB, maybe? Why would you do that? Why would you actually go and do that? What the fuck? Yeah, I could still survive, but it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight indeed. No pun intended, I know. Like, my heart just sank when I saw that watch drop and got hit on that bird. That was just, oh my god. Oh my god. That was just, oh my god. Now I have to just do phase 1 perfectly, or there's no complete run. Because fucking item drops have to exist. What the fuck, game? What the fuck? Alright, we're saved. We're saved. What the... Oh my god. Wow. It's a PB, but not what I was shooting for. You freaking piece of shit game. Piece of shit. Piece of shit. Oh my god. He beat the game and got a PB. Sensational pace. We could have easily had 1+ seconds to go with that. I could have probably tied with the world record easily if it wasn't for that drop that threw me off. If it wasn't for that drop, I could have maybe just perhaps simply tied with the world record, which I would have been ecstatic about. But no, I miss it by 2 seconds. Patrick, you're a bit late to the party. This just happened. After I get a fucking watch drop right in front of the birds I'm trying to jump around, I get a watch. In case, like, the spam filter just blocked that. But I'm not going to be able to do this for everybody. Especially not while I'm doing a run. Yeah, I really want to just figure out how to just outright disable that entirely. We hardly ever get any trolls in our chat at all, and it's just... people are more annoyed by it than, like, helped out by it. I know what's happening, like, our chat overlay in OBS, it's reading from something called Top Chat, which just filters out a bunch of spam messages. But I want to get OBS to pull from live chat where things aren't filtered out, instead of Top Chat. Couldn't do it in less than 40 minutes. Well, one of these days, I'm only too sure you'll be able to yourself. Just, if you really sit down, practice, and apply yourself, sub 40 shouldn't be a problem. I mean, look at this. Let me see how many completed runs I have on this category out of curiosity. I think I need to go edit the layout to show that. It's not in splits. So, layout settings. I think it's in title. Show finish runs count. 137 times beaten with Alucard. And I could have beaten it probably several more times if I didn't just go for, like, best times possible and just tried to finish the game. Could have probably beaten it even more than, like, 137. That plus, I don't know how many finished attempts I have on the Cypher route and on the Grant route. Well, categories, but yeah. I think I'll leave it like this. And just out of curiosity, let me see. Need to just find... was it this or this one? I don't remember. Keep the completed runs count there. I might. I'm just trying to open up the Grant splits and I'm having no luck with that. I chose the wrong one again. I'm a dumbass. 38 finished runs for this category. Probably could have finished more again if I didn't just reset every time one little thing went wrong. 37 here. And JC did not get this time. This was like an old world record, and this was the one K-Mac had. He had it for pretty much nearly 4 years before I overtook him. And at first I never thought that time would ever be beaten. Until I found new strats that K-Mac didn't incorporate. And I found out how to actually use them in real time. So 37 plus 38 plus 137, was it? Yeah. I'm pretty sure this adds up to at least 200. And this is like everything that's been counted through LiveSplit itself. 212. That only includes everything I just read out from those LiveSplit files. 212. It's definitely even more than that. But I'm still not going to be done with it yet, though. And I'm probably going to want to just print screen that and share it in the Castlevania Speedrunning Discord. And probably make a highlight out of the final stage, because That was definitely one of the scariest final stages I had to play. Mainly because I was forced into a terrible position right from the beginning. And I still managed to make it work. Yeah, let's just say if we actually missed just one input in the perfect Drac Phase 1, we would have died and not even finished. So yeah, there's still like 2 seconds to just shave off of Stage A, and it would have happened had it not been for that fucking watch drop. Probably not going to keep the finish runs count there, but I'll definitely just look at it every once in a while just to see like what those numbers are. I still can't believe Stage A happened the way it did. And I survived. And I PB'd. By like another second. And it probably would have been like 3 had it not been for that drop. I also had to stop off to grab one extra heart. So that's another 0.7 seconds that just got taken away from me from that drop. Well, it could have been worse. I could have actually picked up the watch and not even had a chance of PBing whatsoever. Well, that ruined a run that could have tied with world record. But still, I'm really happy with it regardless. Just enough good RNG and then that's it. JC's probably going to lose his world record. That could have been it there. Could have actually played a much more risky stage 9 and the birds were actually perfect. Could have actually done that non-stop 9-1 and not had to worry about the birds. We would have been perfectly fine. I played 9-1 safely, but I could have actually easily done this. And I still would have been fine. Just assuming I did it correctly, which I usually do it correctly these days. Could have done this. And been perfectly fine. And had another 1.2 seconds to my name if I did this, instead of just playing it safe on 9-1 like I did in the run just before. Could have done that. Had even more time to work with. Would have passed through this, assumably, if we had the same birds we had in our run. I would have died 1 hit ago if we were doing non-stop 9-1 and took a hit there on the birds like so. So just assuming we would have had our actually good bird pattern like we did in the run. That's less than ideal that I had to do that. And now these birds are just being really mean. So I must have gotten really lucky or just really unlucky, depends on how you view it, that I got the perfect bird pattern in my run. Lucky that it's a good pattern, unlucky that could have actually had another 1.2 seconds. And potentially even a run that could have not just tied for world record, but actually passed it. And we probably wouldn't have seen the goal split for sure. If we did non-stop 9-1, we would have gotten the gold on 9 for sure. I could maybe just start doing this, pretending that that second bird just drops an item every time, and just see what I can come up with on the fly. Just jump over, like, where it died. Yeah, I could have easily played around that watch if I saw it coming, which I clearly didn't. I clearly did not see that coming. So yeah, I think I have a way to play around that next time it happens, if there ever is a next time that it happens, because that's such a rare event. Like, that is such a rare event, and it happened in a run that could have tied for world record. And that's why it didn't tie for world record, because it happened. And I couldn't react to it quickly enough. Probably gonna come back a bit later and just continue with this. And I really had to go out of my way just to try and keep this run going. I was able to, but fuck, not like this. So I'm probably going to be back in a couple hours, most likely. Gonna definitely want to run this a few more times. Ideally get another Deathless, or better yet, something like that. Because that was crazy. Could have very easily tied for world record if it wasn't for that drop messing me up completely on A.